Good evening, everyone. This is Deborah Jones. I'm your Blue Table Talk. Thank you for visiting with us tonight. And we have a great night tonight. But before we get on to with our guest tonight, I like to do a lot of housekeeping. And so we're going to talk about the Delta surge. Excuse me. We're going to talk about the Delta surge. And you know that the new CDC guidelines has reversed the new mask guidelines, which they're asking everybody if you go indoors to a place, restaurant, whatever, to wear your mask because there are some hot spots there. So let's continue to wear our mask indoors at these restaurants. Of course, you know you can't wear it while you're eating, but as you walk inside, you never know who you pass by and everything. So wear your mask indoors. Also, they are seeking all the federal workers to be vaccinated, and that's under consideration right now. So they hadn't really mandated it yet, but they're seeking to mandate that for them to be tested and probably to be vaccinated. So that's all federal workers. And with school getting ready to start, they're asking all students from K to 12 to wear masks, including teachers, administrators, staffs, um, visitors, whoever come around the students or whatever, or the administrators, to wear their mask in school. That's all day. Um, there were over 188,000 Americans that have received at least one dose. So with everything being out there right now with the new variant, the Delta variant, they have all kind of variants out there, all kind of surges out there. We need to go ahead and stay masked up in order for us to be with our family and to enjoy our family. We have to get vaccinated. I know there's a lot of we say there's a lot of young people who don't want to get vaccinated, but we have some older people who don't want to get vaccinated as well. So if look into it, because that Delta surge is not it's not playing, guys. You thought the COVID was bad, this Delta is worse. So we need to take care of ourselves, take care of our bodies. Even though we are vaccinated, some of us are already vaccinated. They say we don't have to worry about it, but we can get sick through it. And so, but we won't at least, they say at least die or get very sick from it. But we still need to take care of our bodies as well. Also, school is getting ready to merge, and we need to know that the students need to take care of their business as well. So with that being said, we have Nijal Pearson on with us tonight. And Nigel, he's going to introduce himself, give us a little synopsis about himself, but we welcome him tonight. We welcome Nigel. He was, as you may know, Nigel is from Beaumont, Texas. So I'm going to let him talk about himself for a minute and tell you what his aspects are. Hi, Nigel. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for accepting Blue Table Talk. And kind of introduce yourself to the public.
Okay. First, I want to say thank you for having me. So I'm Nijal Pearson. Graduated from Central in 2016. Graduated from Texas State in 2020. With COVID, I didn't get to walk across the stage, but I did graduate. It was a weird experience. I played basketball at Texas State. I played basketball at Central. I was a pretty good player at Central. I went to Texas State. I was a pretty good player at Texas State, one of the better players to ever play at the university. I play professionally now. I just finished my rookie season in Europe. I played in France from I played in France from August to January. And then after January, I left France and started at the end of January. So from France, till about first day of France till about beginning of April, I was in Finland. And so I finished my rookie season in Finland. I don't know where I'll be going next year, but I will be playing professionally in Europe again. I'm in the stages of figuring that out now.
So what made you want to play basketball? Who motivated you to play basketball?
Basketball was just like something that I seen all the time growing up. It was a family thing. My eldest brother played basketball. My mom played basketball. She liked to take credit. She liked to take credit for me playing basketball, but she played college basketball as well. So, basketball was just something I seen growing up, and at an early age, I found a love for it, and it was more just me walking on my big brother's back of his shoes. Just walking on the back of his shoes, doing what he doing, wanting to do what he want to be where he at the basketball court. Okay, I'm at the basketball court. I'm not old enough to play, so I gotta watch. And now I get to play. Now I'm old enough to play. I get to play. Now I'm having fun. Just stages of it. So just fall in love with it at a very, very young age. Like I got a picture. I'm probably 1, maybe 2 years old, running behind my brother with a basketball in my hand. Both of my brothers actually running behind him with a basketball in my hand. So
That's who motivated you, your family and your
yeah,
mom.
family motivation. Family motivation. Yeah. Well, I said all that to say that family
Yeah.
motivation.
So what did it feel like playing in Finland and France?
It was different because, mainly not only because I was playing on another side of the world, but it was also in COVID. So it was like in the height of COVID, we playing with no fans in the gym. You playing just you, your teammates, referees, scorekeepers. You coming into the game with your mask on like that. You don't have to play with your mask, but just so many. I'm taking a COVID test every week. To ensure that I don't have COVID, and it was just a weird. It was a very weird year because I was going from due to COVID and restrictions, and also the restrictions of me staying safe. Not only for the restriction that the country placed in or the city that I'm in, but for the benefit of me, my job, and my career. I don't want to catch COVID, and I'm playing basketball, so I'm out there. I need to be in the best shape. My rhythm needs to be good. So I can't stay in the house for 2 weeks, so I have to make sure I'm healthy. So I'm going from the gym home, grocery store twice, 2 times, 3 times, a week, maybe. But other than that, it was just a everyday process, gym home, So it was a very different experience, but I grew a lot from it, and I learned a lot in the year, and I improved a lot in the year. I'm excited to, go back.
I see where you said that. I heard where you said that you played for Texas State University.
Yeah.
So were you also considered the highest player over there?
Yeah, so I actually, when I was at Texas State, I left with the all-time leading scorer. I scored the most points ever in Texas State history. And
Wow.
so
So
it
you
was,
big wheel.
I didn't hear you.
You big wheel.
So it was like maybe a 40, 50 year old record, like a record from the 60s. So it was pretty nice to do. And uh, my teammates and my coaches, they really made it possible for me to achieve that. They put a lot of faith in me and a lot of belief in me and let me play and let me grow as a person and grow as a man as well.
So you came from Central High School, right?
Yes. Jaguars. 88 Jaguar Drive.
And from Central to Texas. Okay, when you let's talk about Central a little bit. When you were
Okay.
at Central, were you a high player then? Did you have high scores then or what?
Oh yeah, I was a good player. We were a really good team when I was at Central. So we had 3 of us went Division I in basketball. A few other guys went junior college. I know maybe 2 or 3 guys went junior college in football, and one or two guys also went to Division I in football. So we had a super talented team. Every year I was there, we were one of the top 5 to 10 teams in the state. Well, and no, my freshman year we were like 5 to 10 in the state, but every year from there on, we were number 1 and number 2 team in the state. So we were a really good team when I was at Central. Yeah, we had some really good players. I always played a lot ever since my freshman year. I was always one of the better players on the team, and I always played a lot of minutes. So yeah, I was definitely a good contributor, and scored the ball well, played well, and then really enjoyed my time at Central. Granted, I had to be a good player to get to Division I school and be able to make it to Texas State.
Okay, so I don't really know so much about Texas State, but I know it had to be a great school. I mean, because Nijal went there.
Yeah. So with Texas State, the route of me going to Texas State, it was a trying process. Texas State wasn't, when I went there, they had a little history, of basketball, but it wasn't so much like they were known for being a really good basketball team. But they were just getting a new coach in. He was just starting to, implement his style. He was one of the winning coaches in Texas ever. So he was implementing his style at Texas State. My AAU coach, he went to Texas State and became the assistant coach at Texas State. Okay. And so when he became the assistant coach at Texas State, me and him had a really good relationship from AAU. He had a really good relationship with my parents and with my mom. And so I'm not gonna say I followed him to Texas State, but I basically went with him, and I was like his like we were like two peas in a pod type. You know, we were really close. We had a really good relationship. You know, more like a older brother, younger brother relationship. You know, at first it was more like an uncle nephew relationship, then it
Right,
evolved to more like an older brother, younger brother relationship. So we're still close to this day. And actually, now that funny story, he's actually my I actually then when I had my daughter, I named him my daughter's godfather. So we're very close. But when I left Texas State, he became the head coach. So now he's the head coach.
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's bittersweet because I'm extremely happy that he's the head coach, but I'm also a little salty that I didn't get a chance to play for him. But I did play for him in high school at AU. But to play for him, in college would have been very, very fun.
Okay, one more, please. Let me talk to my viewers. Okay, viewers, while we on here tonight, don't forget to hit your share button. So, because like my nephew always say, sharing is caring. Hey, Robert, how you doing? And so hit your share button so everybody can know that Nijal Pearson is on. Nijal is a young player. He's here from Beaumont. He's from Beaumont, Texas. And there's a lot I need to talk to him about. So if you have questions you want to ask Nijal, please feel free to put them on the web, so in the comment section, so I can share them with Nijal. Okay, Nijal, you were named Player of the Year in 2020 at Sun Belt Conference. How did that feel?
It was a great honor. It was a great honor, to be Player of the Year. It was something that I literally dreamed about. Literally like it was a dream come true of mine. Because a lot of people grow up and most kids, they love the NBA. They're big time NBA fans. So I am a big time NBA fan, but also was a big time college basketball fan. And so I love college basketball. So for me to, get to the level of me being the best player in my conference, and the ironic part about it is my freshman year when I first got to college, I had a great freshman year, but in the same Sun Belt Conference, I didn't win freshman. I didn't win the best player as the best freshman. I mean, I didn't win the award as the best freshman. So by the time I became a senior, me winning the award of being the best, being the best player as my senior year from being snubbed, I feel like getting snubbed my freshman year and coming all the way back to my senior year. And now, I earned my rank as the player of the year. That was a great award and a great honor.
Okay, so how do you get more shots? How did you get more shots than your opponents?
It was just a
Was it
strategic.
easy?
Like, I didn't hear you.
Was it easy?
Nah, it never was easy. It was always me just putting in me working really hard and me just embracing who I am and learning the type of player that I am and developing my game and being a tireless worker. And so it just came, it didn't come overnight. It was a lot of roller coaster rides, a roller coaster ride of emotions, roller coaster ride of physical, so it's a grind mentally and physically, emotionally. So, and it still is, to this day, because I'm starting a new path of becoming a professional player. So it's a lot of highs and lows, but my main thing is just to stay consistent emotionally and physically throughout all the highs and lows. Never get too high, never get too low. Just continue to work, continue to strive to be great, and keep my mind at the end of the tunnel. But honestly, the tunnel never ends, because if your mind is at the end of the tunnel and you want to keep working to be the best that you can be, you never will actually be the best that you can be, because once you get to where you think you want it to be, the finish line gonna move again. So you're gonna have to keep rolling, keep fighting, and keep improving.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just not getting into the basketball and the footballs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which way? I mean, when I was younger, I played basketball with the neighborhood, but
Okay.
1-on-1 and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be a little tomboy, and
Yeah.
so I played a little basketball. But now I'm really getting into it, and we attend the same church, and I hear the pastor always saying Nijal Pearson, #1 player of the team, and all. So tell me, how can you improve your team shooting percentage, since you are the #1 player?
Well, so it's a sensitive line, so it's a lot of stuff I can do. But like now, on a professional level, it's just being a professional, so like as far as my job description, what they signed me to do, that's what I have to come in and do, whether it's being as I don't really know how to relate it, because my job, my line of work is playing basketball. But like, let's say if you are a manager of a company, being a player is not more of being a manager, but it's more of like being like a on uh in the field, So like you in the field of job, but if you're working at a factory and they tell you make sure that this specific piece of work is ready at this time, and when it's your time to come on the assembly line, make sure your box goes through the assembly line smooth.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a team effort though. So
Effort,
what my job is to do, I have to be able to do that job consistently at a high level because that's what they have me there for. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do my job. And if my teammate needs help doing his job, there's also ways that I can help him and do my job at a better level, and he can help me, and we just can complement off each other. So it's a process at the professional level that I'm still understanding. It's not so much, and it's fast paced as well. It's not so much of sitting and taking your time having to learn. They throw you in the fire like a real job would.
right.
They train you, they give you short training, and it's time. Like it's a lot of stuff at stake.
I know this was the COVID year, and so you probably didn't have any fans out there. Am I right?
No.
Okay, so you have to rely on yourself mentally as far as where should I go? I don't know what position you held on the team, but you had to rely on yourself mentally to do the best that you could, instead of hearing people that go Nijal, go Nijal, go Nijal. So what made you feel as though I could do this, because you didn't have that behind you?
It's just the love of the game. Of course, everybody loves fans, but the best players will tell you, when it's crunch time or when it's time to, be the player that you're supposed to be. The fans don't really matter. The fans can root you on, they can cheer against you, but you have to lock in on the task at hand. The fans are, like I said, they can be a distraction or they can be something that uplifts you. But if you got to be extremely focused, or you got to be focused on what's the task in front of you. So regardless if the fans there, if it's not, of course we love to play with fans, whether they're booing you or cheering for you. I still love to have that atmosphere and the environment of having fans there. I actually like playing, when fans are against you, because it's like added motivation. But it was just it took a lot of level of focus. It was something to get adjusted to, that it was new, but you still got a chance to play the game and compete at a high level and love the game that you play.
Right. So what is your weakness?
My weakness, I wouldn't say that I have I wouldn't say like a distinct weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about a distinct weakness. Just admit not a distinct weakness.
Don't say, man, I ain't got no weakness.
Nah, I don't want to say that because I'm always working on every aspect of my game. So like, somebody might say something is a strength for me, but I might not say it's a strength because I still want to improve there. So every part of my game is I don't want to say every part of my game is weak, but every part of my game needs improvement. So, if I had to pick out one weakness though, I don't know, maybe I gotta get my left hand stronger.
Right.
But I like everything can be stronger, everything can be better. So I wouldn't just say like I have a weakness or a strength, something that I'm not so good at, something that I am so good at. I want to get better at everything.
So do you go back and look at the film and see where you made a mistake?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a part of the job.
On that, yeah.
That's the part. I like to watch, my mistakes. I like to watch stuff that I do good. I like to watch other players' mistakes, and other players do good. So, it's all just learning and becoming as adept as I can with the game.
Say that your next team is coming up. You're getting ready to play the next game and everything. So you need to know who's who on that team and what they do on that team. Do y'all ever watch videos of that?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time. So
and then you can see, okay, I need to guard this person, or I need to, move back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really in depth and really, to the T. Like this person likes to go this time, this way at this percent of time. You know what I'm saying? So as me, like I was just previously saying, that's why I want to continue to improve everything. So it'd be, the better I am at everything, be the harder it is to stop me, or for me and the better I am at everything, be the easier I am, and I can stop the next man.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. All right, audience, where's y'all questions? Well, come on, talk to Nigel. He's only here for an hour, so we need to talk to him before I bring him on, before I talk about other stuff. So, Nigel, what do you believe brought you the farthest in the games or in
Uh,
any game?
just in my career, you saying like what
Yeah.
brought me the furthest as far as like just my focus and my motivation, and focus, motivation, support. I can't name one thing actually, because I got a super support system. I got a lot of a lot of focus, a lot of determination, a lot of grit, just seeing the end goal and what I want to be in life, and just this is my like an opportunity, is my blessing, just staying prayed up, staying focused, and that all those things just mixed together. It just kept me going and kept me pushing. But the support system, man, that's major as well.
So, do you pray before every game?
Oh yeah, for sure. But the night before too.
Mm-hmm.
But I always try to pray before I go to sleep anyway. So I don't always do it to the best, but I always try to pray before I go to sleep. But yeah, I like to pray. I pray before the game. If I pray before the game, and I got a little I read a little scripture the morning of the game.
So your support system consists of.
My mother, my brother, um, my girlfriend, nieces, everybody just around me, family, everybody. So everybody love me. Everybody support me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who love me, support me, friends, family, everybody. I'm blessed to have as many people that around me that want to see me do well.
Right, right. One person says, Kathy Wingate, she says, that's right, Nigel. A real athlete will say you have room for improvement. You always want to improve.
Yeah, exactly.
You always want to improve that game or improve yourself, period.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Improve. Yeah, that's what life is about, in my opinion. Improving and steady elevating, and just keep going till you the best version of yourself. And then when you become the best version of yourself, you still can be better.
So, who keeps you motivated after losing the game?
Who keep me motivated?
How do you keep
Person that takes me after that. First person that takes me after losing the game, usually my mama.
Mhm.
Yeah, she usually gonna text me words of encouragement. And sometimes, but like I said, by staying, not getting too high, not getting too low. So like, now as a professional, like when you lose a game, you can't just rip and run and show your feelings on your sleeve, or get to point fingers at who doing what wrong, because it's a team and it's an organization. You gotta be professional. You gotta get ready for the next game. You gotta see what you did wrong, what you can do better to help your team win. Even if you played a super game, it's always more, what I'm saying. If you didn't get the win, it don't matter how you played, to be honest.
Okay, you look at a lot. You look at a lot of television, and I know I look at a lot of TV, television lately since the pandemic, and you see people playing, guys playing the basketball and whatever, and if one person could make you lose the game. So, do a team usually go in to that person after the game is over and just boast him and say, this is all your fault because we lost this or whatever?
No, never unless the player, I mean, it had to be a rare case, with something super, super rare. In my career, I don't think I've seen nothing like that was just serious. Now, like you said, one person can make you lose a game at the end of the game, true, but the game is, 48 minutes or, 40 minutes of basketball. So it's so many possessions. Like if you lose by 1 point and then you say, okay, this person turned the ball over at the end of the game at the last minute, it's his fault we lost. But granted, you got 2, 3 other players who missed 2, 3 free throws during the game. So them same free throws, they make two free throws, we win too. So it's so many plays in the game. You just want to try to play as hard as you can and just hope for the best.
So, have you ever been benched at a game?
Have been benched, like by the referee or by my coach? You mean?
Like either.
Either. Okay, I got technical fouls before, and then one instance, I got thrown out of a game, but it was a bad call by the ref, because when I got thrown out the game, usually if you get thrown out of the game, you're supposed to get kicked out the next game.
Mm-hmm.
So what I didn't do, they said I did. So they still kicked me out the game, but my coach appealed, like he really didn't do that. So go back and look at whatever happened, and whatever ended up happening, it didn't happen. So I was able to play the next game. But and back to the coach benching me, plenty of times, plenty of times, because it's like I said, it's emotional highs and lows. So, it's a part of the game. You just gotta stay focused. You gotta keep working, make sure it don't happen again. And sometimes my emotions get the best of me as well. So it could be faulted on me. It could be faulted on the coach. It could be faulted on somebody else. But just gotta stay professional, stay focused, and keep pushing.
Yeah. Only thing I've noticed of you is being quiet. I say, man, you don't say a word. He just
Nah, I wouldn't say quiet, but like
modest.
yeah, I would say more like speaking on, I like to speak on more stuff that if I'm more comfortable with. So like if I'm comfortable with people, I speak a little more. Or if I know more about a subject, I speak on that subject more. I don't really like to speak about stuff, I really don't know, or if we aren't, super close, or have a lot of something just to talk about immediately, I'll be respectful always, but it's just hard to find convo sometimes.
I know the Sunday I walked up to you Sunday and I said, hi Nigel. I said, I'm Jeffrey Jones with so you know.
Yeah, so I didn't know, because this is my first time back at church as well. And then so I didn't know, like, as far as, with COVID and things like that, I didn't know, what's the limit of how people, want to be interacted with. So, I really just, hello, how you doing? And I'm smiling too, but you can't even see I'm smiling. I got my mask on. So, I tried.
And you gonna tell me to go and tell me that. But I'm pretty cool.
Yeah, I apologize if anything was wrong, but I didn't mean any harm.
No, I know. I'm probably the same way. If somebody come to me and say, hi, I'm so and so, I'm like, Lisa Fisher Weber says, what would you tell middle school age students who want to play basketball, but because of the pandemic did not participate to develop their talent?
So, that's a good question.
Virtual students.
Okay, that's a good question. And the thing I would tell them, if they really love the game, if you're in middle school, it's no time to panic. If you didn't play with your school, with your school team, it's still okay. You can still go play for fun. Work out. I know with the pandemic is really, really tough. So I don't really have the exact answers because I never went through.
Right, you never went through that.
I didn't go through school yet. When I was out of school during the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, I was done with college, and so I never went through school in the pandemic. So I don't know how serious it is in the classroom or being around other kids. I'm not sure, but one thing I would do during the pandemic, I was when the pandemic first hit, I was still in the U.S. But so one thing I was working out by myself, was it whether it was running up and down the street, jump rope in the front of my mama's house to doing sit-ups and push-ups in the front yard, just doing anything, doing little dribbling drills to learn. And one thing I also say, especially like in this pandemic now, if you don't want to get out and work with a trainer and things like that, that's one thing I always suggest to kids as well. Kids will always ask me, what steps that they take to be the best player they can be. Find a trainer, find a good trainer, find someone who really is vested in helping kids get better, because there's people who actually love doing that. They just want to see kids succeed. So you find them, they make sure they know what they're talking about, and, give it your all. But, one thing I would do, like, so since it's the pandemic and it's extremely difficult, you don't know if the trainer has COVID or the trainer trains other kids who has COVID.
Exactly.
Yeah, so with that, it's YouTube, and I know the kids know how to use it these days. So it's a ton of ways to learn workouts, and ton of drills, a ton of NBA, college players, elite players all over the world who are on the internet working out and doing things. And of course, at a young age, you might not be able to do all the things that they're doing, but you can start to learn. You can start to take a few tips and, learn a few small things until you're able to get back in the team and be able to compete and be able to play.
When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing at a super young age. I started playing at like maybe 5 or 6. Like when I started playing like for teams or just playing for fun. Like I was saying for fun, but I'm playing at like 3. Yeah, since I could walk, I know I'm playing. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I had the video. I'm 2 years old. I mean, the picture. I'm 2 years old running with a basketball. So since I could walk, I was playing. And then since I was old enough to play on the team, I was playing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because your mom and your brothers, right?
Yeah. So it was just something I looked up, something that I always loved.
Why is local support so important to you?
Local support, as far as me giving back to the community, or
Oh, as far as you playing, period.
me playing with the local support.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was big time, because it's where I'm from, or it's the it's my community. So for them to have them support me, have them behind you, it's always something. I'm super prideful, and being where I'm from and where I'm from grew me to where I am today. So it's just the people that support you from where you from. It feels different.
Right. Who Cheryl Blunt says, what would you tell a kid who wants to go to the NBA and just focus on only in basketball, but not on his education?
Man, I
Education
would,
is important.
yeah, I would tell that kid, like, I honestly, and it's me speaking from a professional athlete standpoint. Not that I didn't make it to the NBA yet. Granted, I might not. You never know. I have my degree, but I'm saying along the way, I've come across so many guys who were better than me who haven't made it to my level. Guys that I'm better than who's made it to the NBA level. So you would never know, what is all in God's plan. But education first.
Yeah.
Education first, regardless of how much you love the game. Because at the end of the day, the game stops. And unless you are a big time player, want to say, who knows if they are, if they aren't. But if you're a one in a lifetime player, how big this world is, if you want a lifetime player, then okay, you might not need your education. But what are the odds of that? You know what I'm saying? So
You're gonna get hurt.
yeah, and it's hard to tell a kid that because most kids don't see a bigger picture like
Right.
that. They don't know it's a world of so many people and so many people, trying as hard as they are to get to where they want to be. But education first, I mean, it just opens up so many more doors for you, and it opens up doors for you when people say, "Oh, you are in the NBA and you have a degree," So it's the older you get, the more you realize, that kid, and just have to constantly preach it to him. The education is key. The smarter you are, the better you are. And no
Right.
matter what walk of life you're in, if you're playing in the NBA, if you're working a regular 9 to 5 job, the better at the education you have, the better you will prosper in life.
Yeah. I'm a true believer in education, so I believe education is first, and
Yes, for
then
sure.
everything else comes right behind it and
You
everything. So,
know.
how did you get to play overseas?
So because I had a really good college career, when I finished up college, it was uh, a lot of agents who wanted to sign me, and they were really connected overseas. It's a weird process, but the agent. So basically, the agent, I signed to the agent. Teams reach out to the agent, and the agent finds me the job that I need, and that will help me succeed the best.
So, is it better to play overseas than in your own country? Or what?
I mean, it just depends on what level you're playing at. If you're playing the NBA, it's the NBA is the best way to play in the whole entire world. So you playing the NBA, of course, everybody want to play in the NBA. That's the first option, but it's only 12 teams. I mean, 30 teams, 32 teams, and 12 players on each team. So it's very slim, and this ranges from all ages. So it's very very tough to get into the NBA, especially right out of college. I mean, some guys do it, but they're really special players. And then they have a G League. The NBA has like a developmental league that's right under the NBA. And in some cases, maybe like a few of those guys, it's better for them to be in the G League. Maybe about 4 or 5 guys on each team. So it's still about 30 teams, maybe about 4 or 5 guys on each team. It's better than for them to be in the G League than to play overseas. So it's really just distinct about what your vision is, what your goals are, what your play style is, where you think you would fit in. It's a lot deep in there. But of course, NBA is the goal. But there's so many other places to play professionally. There's Europe. There's Asia. Every country. Australia. There's South America, teams in South America. Teams in Canada. So it's multiple places. To be a professional basketball player.
But can't you play overseas or even in NBA and still get an education?
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I graduated college first before I went overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and you can graduate college. You can finish, and your career is so flexible. Granted, that you work, you go to practice 2 to 3 hours a day, and have to watch film and study and things like that. But it's a lot of guys who some guys go to college, go to the NBA first, or go overseas first and get their degree after, or while they're in college, or I mean while they're in the NBA, you still have the opportunity to get your degree.
Is it harder? I'm sure it is.
Playing in
And getting the education.
I'm not sure. Oh, playing in college, yeah. I mean, it was different, but because I was still in college while I was playing, I didn't. So I was a professional while I was playing. But playing and going to college was tough as well too because it take a lot of focus. But one thing I tip my hats to, but our coach at Texas State, they try to make sure everybody graduated. So they're gonna stay on you about your books because he knew that education was key.
Right. Education is the key.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the moment this past season when you felt most like a team or a team player?
When I felt most like a team player, plenty of moments. With like on court moments. We had a few games where we had to win those games to get into the playoffs, and we won all the games. We played well. Well, actually, no. So we had to win 4 games to get into the playoffs. But it was 5 games. If we win all 5 of them, we'd get the place that we wanted. So we went 4-1. We lost 1 to a team that we shouldn't have lost to anyway. But we still ended up getting the spot that we wanted because another team ended up losing. So that was the most time, we were really connected. But even still, like with a team thing, it just when you say most like a team, we do a lot of activities as well. So we'll go to a bowling alley or go out to eat or just do a lot of team things to make sure, we all on one accord.
Because it ain't all about work. It's, you got to have a little fun.
Gotta have fun. Gotta have chemistry.
Yeah, gotta have it. Lisa Fisher Weber says, "Do you see yourself playing in the Olympics for Team USA, or you are getting the experience with playing with international players? Thank you for your responses."
So I actually just mentioned it. I don't think Team USA they don't take players who play overseas. But me and a few of my friends who do play overseas were thinking about that. Like, why don't they? That would be actually smarter for them to take a few, maybe 2, 3, 4 overseas players because they're playing an international game. They're playing. It's a different type of game in Europe than it is in the NBA. And they might have a better chance. As you see right now, they're struggling a little bit. Not because they don't have the best players, because they do, but it's just a different type of game. A different type of chemistry you need and a different type of style of play that goes on.
When did you feel most proud of yourself during the season?
This past season?
Yeah.
I just feel proud at plenty of times, man. It was so many highs and lows throughout the season. And, so when times where I would play a good game or times where we would get a good win, I feel proud of myself. And it'd be times where I just feel growth.
Mm-hmm.
And feel myself growing, and it might not just show right on the court right then and there, but I feel it mentally. So I'm proud of myself at moments like that. And just to find one distinct moment. And it's also, I don't mean to keep saying, it's so many moments every time you ask the question, but like I tell you, like I got like the tunnel vision type of thing. So it's like when I accomplish one thing, it's just like keep going.
Right.
So when I get to the end of my career, I look back in a few years, and I look back and I celebrate then and, be more proud of the things that I've accomplished then. But right now, there's so much more I want to do and many more places I want to go and so many more things I achieve. I think it's best just for me to stay motivated and keep pushing and keep trying to figure out what's next.
So do you think you improve your skills?
Yes. I've come an extremely long way. And, in this last year, the year before that, and that's one thing that I am, it's like a staple of who I am, to keep improving, keep getting better, keep, developing myself, keep adding things to my game as a basketball player and as a team player, as a person, all of the above. Just keep on adding things and keep on developing, keep on learning, keep on growing in any way I can.
So you played overseas and you played in college and you played in high school. So what was your most exciting game?
Just one game?
Just one exciting game that you had. You're so proud of yourself, and everybody else like, nice.
So overseas, I haven't got a chance to experience it yet because, like I said, we play without fans. So I had some fun games in the mix of the game, but without the fan and the fans there making it a little bit better. I can't take an overseas game. High school games, we went to state, so the whole when we was on our way to state, those were some great times. We played some great games and had some great fan support in college. But I had to go with a college game because those games get really intense. So a college game, I had some good ones. It's not just me. Like it be games where like I'm playing good, my team. That's most of the games. That's the most fun for me. When I'm playing good, my teammates playing good, we just rolling together. But the other team playing good too, so it's back and forth. But I'll probably go this one that I really it was my senior year and we were playing against our rival school and we played it was UT Arlington was our rival school. So we played UT Arlington at UT Arlington and we went into 3 overtimes. And it was a crazy game. Like the game started at like 7, it didn't finish at like 11:30.
Wow.
Like we were in there just battling and nobody wanted to lose. We ended up winning though.
What was the score at the end?
It was like it wasn't that high. It was like 90.
Okay.
Maybe like 91, like 86, something like that. 87. It wasn't that high because even when we go to the overtimes, like we basically playing defense more than we playing offense at this point.
Right.
Like we just
kept dribbling down.
We just fighting. So it's like a lid on the basket sometime, and like, but the other team will only score when this team score. So like, if nobody scoring, then they would score, then we'll score, or we score, they score. So it was just a battle, and it was extremely fun because the game started off like really crazy for both teams. Like we started off rambling, and it's looking like a crazy game. Then it just boom, and both teams locked in. Both teams really wanted to win, but we came out with the win.
Well, now I'm coming down to the part where I really brought you on because starting this weekend, maybe I think Thursday, you having a basketball camp where you give it to the community and it convenes Thursday through Saturday. So what prompted you to do this?
One thing that
let's talk about the basketball camp.
Okay. So one thing that made me want to do a camp, in Beaumont was just I wanted to make sure that regardless of, if I go to Texas State, if I go to overseas forever and I never make, come back to play in the NBA, I just finish my career overseas. I want to make sure that the kids always have an attachment to me. They can always say that they know me. They know, give them a positive role model. No, because I had positive role models growing up. It was the guys who played overseas when I was growing up who I looked at and was like, okay, I want to be like that. I want to be better than it. So that's just this is my way of setting the bar again. You know what I'm saying? And it's in a different way though, because I might have seen those guys from afar, but it wasn't too many basketball camps. When I was from those guys at that particular time. Granted, those guys, could have been mixed up and busy and doing whatever things. I'm not sure, but I had a time. I had the resources with Andy York helping me, get to put the camp on and sponsor the camp. So I had a time. We had the resources, and we just want to give back to the kids and let the kids know that there is a way. And not only if it doesn't work through playing basketball, we also are, smart gentlemen and smart young men who know that there's a right way to do things and a positive way to do things, and we just want to be positive role models.
Yes. So how many people are involved in this?
As far as staff, we have about maybe 8 to 10 staff members, including my mom, including Antioch members. But I don't really, as far as the staff and stuff, that's more my mom's thing that she really handles. I handle more like I'm more of the on-court things, more the scheduling, coaches. I handle the coach. So as far as the coaches, is 6 of us right now. Well, I'm not really a coach. I'm kind of, like the camp director. But as far as with the coaches, it's 6 of us, 5 coaches. It's 2 guys who coach in the area and 3 other guys. 1 guy who played Division I basketball, trying to play professionally. 3 other guys actually. Got my number 1. 3 other guys who play professionally now.
Okay. So where would it take place?
Central. The girls' gym at Central.
Okay, so boys and girls are involved, or just boys?
Boys and girls. Actually, my cousin, she lives in Dallas, but she plays basketball, college basketball for North Texas, and she's gonna come down on Friday and Saturday and be involved in the camp as well.
So will y'all have a when during the camp or after the camp is over? Will y'all have a game or what?
As far as the kids will play each other. Yeah, the
That's
kids
what
will
I'm
play a
talking
lot.
about.
Yeah, the kids gonna play a lot. They gonna play
Yeah.
every day of the camp. They pretty much gonna play and
Oh,
compete and get better and learn. So yeah, they gonna have fun. They gonna have fun, but they gonna learn. So and we want to have a good balance of listening, learning, and fun. Of course, you don't just want camp to be like a drill. I want
right,
the kids to enjoy themselves. I want kids to improve their skills, and meet somebody, meet a friend.
right, right.
Meet somebody. Meet somebody, make a connection with one of the coaches, build a relationship, and continue to work, and see that what hard work can do, whether it's on the basketball court or in the classroom or whichever path they choose to take, or both of them actually.
Uh, and what about discipline?
Of course, you need discipline to play basketball and play any sport and do anything. Actually, you need
Yeah,
discipline
right.
to do anything successfully. You need an extreme amount of discipline. So, of course, we're gonna treat the kids discipline. That's a part of listening and learning. I'm gonna stress listening because listening is key. Listening gets you so far in life, further than a lot of people know because they talk too much, so they probably won't know.
So with this, so will this be annually or just the
Yeah,
beginning? Whatever.
yeah, it definitely be annually. This is the first one, so it's gonna be annually. It's gonna continue to get better. Hoping that this one it's not a lot of room for improvement afterwards, but we're still gonna find a way to improve it. It's gonna be exciting, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to work with the kids. I'm excited to work with kids in my area and give out gems that I've learned and other coaches give out gems that they've learned to kids and so kids can continue to develop and just take the right path and be better young individuals.
So at the end of the game, would there be awards or whatever, or
Yeah,
just
it's gonna be we're gonna have like little games that we're gonna play, little competition that they'll play and find winners, awards in it. It's gonna be evaluations from each one of the coaches. So the coach is gonna, give them their words of advice and tell them what they need to work on, what they already do well. Uh, it's gonna be, and we also the parents will be invited for that when the time comes. Parents will come to see their kids and gonna take pictures with the coaches.
right,
They small, they'll be able to, they'll be able to be comfortable. We don't want to make it like a teacher student type of thing. We
right,
want to
right?
make it more of like a big brother, big sister
Or the big sis,
type of
right,
thing.
right,
Yeah,
right, right.
so
Make them
like,
feel comfortable.
yeah, we want them to feel
Yeah,
comfortable, but we
right.
also want them to, have the respect factor and have them be able to learn and get better through the weekend.
So is it like close to the public? Like say for instance, I want to walk in and video you guys and put you on Blue Table Talk as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be close to?
No, yeah, you for sure be able to walk in. Like you said though, people who walk in that aren't a part of the camp, we're gonna ask that they put their mask on.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I don't know. I have to see the exact,
Time that someone could come.
not the time they can come, but the just the spacing and the capacity of the gym.
Right.
How we gonna run things? So will we be able to have uh guests? Will guests will be able to sit there? Is there a limited amount of guests? Because we also don't want to have the guests sitting on top of each other in the middle
Exactly.
of the pandemic.
I probably would FaceTime your not FaceTime your mom. I'll call your mom or Facebook her and ask her if I can come in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I just bust in there. And say, "Get
Yeah.
out of the way."
I'm pretty sure it'd be more than you're more than welcome to come. Throughout the camp because I'm not. I doubt most parents are gonna sit there and watch their kid throughout
Right.
the whole time. It's few that will, but most
Right.
parents use it as their vacation from their kids, so as they should. But yeah, as they should though. I don't blame them.
You are so right on that. Lisa says, what are the age ranges? This would be so much fun for them. Thank you for coming back and helping our children.
So the ages range between the ages. So it's actually 2 sessions of the camp. So the first camp through Thursday through Saturday. So the Thursday morning Friday morning, Saturday morning, 8:30 to 11:30, the ages 7 to 11. So the same Thursday through Saturday, but 1 to 4, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. is ages 12 to 16. There's a few 17-year-olds, I think, as well.
Now,
So,
I don't mean to interrupt you.
mhm,
You got it from Thursday to Saturday. So Thursday you have your players.
mhm.
Will the same players come back on Friday and on
Yes, yes, yes,
Saturday?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Same kids, same kids. They just come back between the hours of 8:30 and 11:30. The kids in the morning and the kids in the afternoon come between the hours of 1 and 4.
Okay. Is the camp already closed? Or no more registration or
Yeah,
what?
no more registration. Sorry, no more registration. That we filled the camp. I want to say we filled it last week. We put a limit on it. Like I said, due to COVID and things like that, and not due to COVID only. I also want to have a good player to coach ratio. So, like I said, the players can make relationship with the coaches and get to know the coaches and not just 30 kids to one coach.
Right. Right. Wow. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. So you heard that, Lisa. It's already closed. So if you have anybody else, they can't come. So we are super proud of you and your endeavors, including your number one fan, which is your mom, Stephanie
Mhm.
Lottie Pearson, for everything that you're doing and are doing. And I just want you to know that. So
Thank you.
and so what are your future plans?
Just continue to grow. I got a lot of plans. I got a lot of plans, but all of them aren't in fruition yet. They're working. So right now, I'm just doing basketball and doing camps. But I'm trying to do basketball, do camps, and just I want to expand my portfolio really, really far and have ventures over here, ventures over there, ventures over there. So I want to have my hands in a lot of things eventually. So it's a process, but I'm learning right now, learning everything that I can, soaking up all different type of outlets of information and seeing which ways that I can find something that I love and put my time and effort into.
Cool, cool. Like I said, we're so proud of you and what you doing for the community because a lot of people go off, do their thing, and don't come back and give to the community.
Right. Yeah.
That not only will help you in your future, it goes a long way.
Right.
So,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I said thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I want to thank my listeners. I want to thank Lisa, D Holden, Cheryl LeBlanc, Kathy Wingate, Floyd Hope. Hey, Floyd. Uh, Let me see who else on here. Penny O'Neill Pearson.
How you doing, Kenny?
Must be related. And Stephanie Larty Pearson. Somebody you know. So I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight. Robert E. Lewis, Melvin Brock, Tiffany Gidry, also some people who did not ask questions but are on him, Mr. Lamel, Hazel Jackson. I want to thank you guys for coming on. You always are good supporters. Candace White, Dolores Clark. Let me see. Trenton Thomas. Hey, Trent. You know Trent Thomas? Trent was a football player at Central. And
Okay, I remember a guy named Trent. He was a little older than me though, but I don't know.
Yeah, he was older than you, and then he was at Southern and played football, and so he's a good football player. Great, thank you guys for coming on and supporting Blue Table Talk, and as you do as always, and continue to support us. Next week we'll have Candace Russell. She's since school is getting ready to start, I think she's keeping her children at home along with that, and she's going to talk to us about some stuff that if you keep your child at home, then this is what you can do. But school this year is going to be 100%, open for the kids. Also, we're going to get back to Nigel. What advice would you give to other players wanting to become a professional basketball player or any player, overseas player or any player? What advice would you give to young people?
Just control what you can control. Control the work, control your mind, control your body. So control your factors first. Be the best player that you can be. Take advantage of opportunities that are presented to you first, and from there, you got to get around. And when you start to do things like that, then you got to get around the right people who can help you get to where you need to be. Because you can always, you can be a great player, But you gotta get your foot in the right doors and talk to the right people as well. As well with anything, you gotta work. So you gotta work and you gotta take advantage of opportunities. You gotta continue to work, continue to work, continue to work, and never stop working. So from there, if you do that most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, things usually take care of themselves.
Yes, yes, I appreciate it. And guys, if you are going to the camp this weekend, Thursday, they'll tell you if your children are going, you let your children know that be very attentive and listen to the instructors as they help them to become what they want to be. God bless you and God keep you. Okay, tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I will be in Gateway by stage, the old bells, and we'll be line dancing from 6:30 to 7:15. Come out and join me. It's definitely fun, guys. I was there Monday yesterday. We had a great time out there. I want to thank everyone who came out yesterday and who will plan to join me again on tomorrow, which is Wednesday. It's open to the public. No one, not open just to certain people. So if you want to line dance, come out tomorrow. I'll meet you in Gateway at the at stage, and we're gonna do the doggone thing. And so that's part of the exercise, and I like to keep myself together on it. God bless you. God keep me in my prayer. If I can help somebody, as I pass along this way, then I know that my living is not in vain. Y'all continue to support me. Thank you, Isaac, for peeping in. And I thank you, Nijal, for tonight's podcast. And you are so welcome to come on anytime. And if you need me, I'm here for you. I just love to. I just love to see you play. I've seen you play twice, and I loved it when I saw you play. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah, like I said, you need me, I'm here for you.
Thank you.
And you know how to reach me, and you definitely know how to reach me. So good night to everybody. God bless you. God keep is my prayer, and I hope to see you on tomorrow for line dance if you want to be there in Gateway. And don't forget the Nigel has his camp going on. See you then. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, smooches.